Welcome back. I want to introduce Jake Ryder with the Jake Ryder Comedy.
Hey, comedian. Here you go.
Thanks. How's it going?
Great.
Good.
Real good. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on in the future, Jake.
Well, I just finished up wrapping up. It's coming this fall on CSI Las Vegas, which is a new show on CBS. Just finished wrapping up filming that. I was a detective, so if you want to watch me get punched in the face on Fremont Street,
That's really cool.
definitely come on. It's good. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, other than that, I've just got my own podcast network going on called Cloud Surfing Podcasts, so you can look up any of those.
Say that a little bit slower.
Cloud Surfing Podcasts. So.
Cloud Surfing Podcast.
Yeah.
Have dispensaries open, so slower down. And that's between crunch and
Breathe.
Essential business.
Breathe.
Yeah, essential. Marijuana is essential. No, I agree. I agree with you. No, thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be here. It's good to be back with Vegas opening up again, here at Stoney's especially. It's a beautiful venue. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we're really excited. You're an up-and-comer.
I am.
You're an
Yeah,
up-and-comer comedian?
Yes. Before the pandemic hit, I was up in the Midwest, and I was actually doing pretty well up there, and I was making my way down here, and then the pandemic hit, and everything kind of threw a wrench in those plans. So we'll see how they go after this, but...
It threw a wrench in a lot of people's plans, mate.
That CSI goes well.
No, I hope
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, I got punched in the face for something, right?
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. Why don't you show us what you got?
Appreciate it, man. Hey, thanks so much.
See you in a bit. And to the stage.
Vegas, how we doing? Woo, there's just a couple of you here. No, appreciate it. COVID thought they were going to shut us down. He really did. The COVID virus really thought. They were like, no, you're not coming back. We decided we were anyway. Anyone here get COVID? Anyone else get COVID? No? You guys are lucky. I got it 2 times. I got it twice. I got it the first time in June, the US variant, and then I got the UK variant, which was like 40 times worse than the US variant. And, it's because it takes a really special kind of person to get that twice. It really does. I'm very unique. I'm very special. So special that I went to go get the vaccine, right? I go to Walgreens, which is just the perfect place to go get a needle stuck into you at a cardboard tent in a Walgreens. It's perfect. That's health at its finest. And I go in there, and I'm sitting down to get the vaccine, and I'm like, hey, what did it feel like to you when you got the second shot? What was that like to you? And the lady looks at me dead in the eye and goes, oh, I ain't getting that shit. Tells me, I'm getting the shot right now. You shouldn't be telling me that. I'm about to get stabbed. So what if I was a dumbass? What if I didn't know what was in this shot? What if I thought it was 5G signal, which I don't know if you guys have 5G phones. My signal since getting that has been perfect. Let me tell you what. And number one question everyone keeps asking too, like, did you lose, like when you got sick, what did you lose? Did you lose like your sense of taste, smell, anything like that? It's like, no, I've always dressed this way. I don't know. I did not lose my sense of taste at all. I think you guys lost your sense of taste during the pandemic, actually. Yeah, it's been fun. This is live here now. First time here is for a bachelor party. First time coming, we were coming down for my friend. He's like turning 48 or whatever. I don't think he actually turned 48. He just seems like it. We came down here, and the day before our flight, he actually got arrested right before the flight. And we were broke college students. We're not about to miss that flight. We spent $200 on those basic economy, like low end, if you miss it, you're screwed type tickets. And we're not about to miss that. So what we did was we went to a photo printer, and we printed off a framed picture of his booking photo. And you can see us all around the strip, like, just smiling with his little picture. And that's how we brought him. And I really do think the message here is to do whatever you want anyway. Even if the guy who's supposed to be there isn't around for the show anyway. On the way, though, the thing is, it's weird. When you're getting on the plane, everyone seems to qualify for pre-boarding now. I don't understand. It used to be where if you were just like active duty or your arm got blown off or something, that's fine. You can go on the plane first. I don't care. But now it's like if you had like a kidney failure in the past, if you were pregnant at one point in your life, if you have a screaming toddler that won't shut the fuck up in the terminal, you can get on the plane first. And then by the time everyone else gets to get on the plane, the lady at the front, she's like, oh, well, there's no more room for the baggage. I have to put it in the captain's bag. I don't want to put my stuff in the captain's compartment because now I have to wait until after everyone gets off the plane to get my baggage. And I mean, my layover is only 15 minutes. I've got basic economy flight tickets. I can't afford this. Yeah, I don't understand what that's about, but it's not my favorite bachelor party. My favorite bachelor party was one I wasn't invited to. I just kind of walked in on accident. Went to the Cosmo probably 3 months ago. And my friend's like, dude, I'm in room 5302 at the Cosmo. You got to come up. I'm like, what room are you at? He's like, 5302. I'm like, 5302. That's a number I will never fucking forget. I'm going to tattoo that on my arm, I think. And so I go up. I'm on a quest. I'm looking for room 5302. I'm totally in my zone. I'm down the hall. I find it. And it's in that, the door is in that cracked position where it's got like the crack in it. So it's got like the peak where I'm an open door. You can come in anytime you want to come in now. It's totally opened up. And so I just assume this is like the door to come in. So I just open the door. I'm like, what's up? Party's in, right? I look in, and what do I see? There's 7 dudes in really tight leather with their dicks out. One short midget white woman in the middle, and they're all looking at me like this. Every single one of them. And I still don't even understand that this is not my party. I'm looking in, I'm like, Norby, where you at, dude? I'm looking for my friend. And they're like, you got to get out of here, man. You got to get out of here. Whole time, I'm making my way further into the suite. I'm fully in now. And in the back side of the suite, I didn't even know there were this many different types of blow-up dolls that you could get. But there was Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I saw like a Michael Jackson from the Thriller tour back there all blown up. I think there was like a 3-year-old toddler next to him too as a blow-up child, but that's just the Michael Jackson special. You can't make fun of Michael Jackson. I think it's been 10 years. Everything after 10 years is funny. After 10 years, it's okay. Like we can make fun of AIDS now and 9/11. Those are funny now. Boston bombing, not funny yet. We got to wait like 3 years yet for that. Eventually, that'll get there. Did anyone have a shitty job growing up? Really shitty? Obviously, you guys are like, no, I didn't. My shittiest job that I ever had was I worked at this retail store, and this guy comes in. He's looking real sketch. Whole time he walks in, he's like shaking it out the whole time. He goes over into a back aisle, and I'm like thinking he's about to steal something. So I'm watching him on camera. I'm checking him out. And what he does is he ends up shaking it and shakes his leg and then stiffs his leg out, and out comes, he like toboggans a turd down his pants, and it's now on the carpet of my fucking store. And I gotta take care of this. This is totally on me now to clean this up. And so I'm not about to clean this. I'm paid like $9.25 an hour. I'm not paid enough to clean up this. So I go up to the guy. I'm like, hey man, I don't know how to say it, but I think you pooped on the floor, man. I think you pooped on the floor. And he honestly looks at me in the eye. I can't make this shit up. Looks at me right in the eye, and he goes, oh, man, I'm sorry. I just couldn't hold it. Like that's an acceptable answer to give me afterwards. It was kind of crazy. The whole time I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and it's like a good 5 seconds of nothing where it's just trying to compute what he just told me as if that's socially acceptable. So what he does is he actually reaches down, picks it up, right, in his hand, and then throws it in the garbage next to the toilet, but not actually in the toilet. And that is literally the shittiest job I've ever had. That is. And I get it. Shit emergencies happen. You've been there, like you're in public. Maybe you're at the Buffalo Wild Wings. Like for example, my friend Alex. We're in high school. He's at the Buffalo Wild Wings, and we just get done eating some honey barbecue wings. And anyone knows who eats honey barbecue wings, which are just basically like, if you get the boneless, it's basically just deep fried chicken nuggets. Like you shouldn't be able to call it a wing, but we still do. It's a lie, and we lie to ourselves, but that's okay. It makes us feel better, and it's been a rough year, so we just do that. My friend, he starts getting the urgles and the gurgles, and we can hear it across the table. And he starts doing that shit, remember? You know, like when you're in the shower and it's really cold, and you kind of got to turn it up a little, and it's like, not really that cold yet. Turn it up a little, and then it's like really hot, so you do the fucking, and you got to reach around the shower and twist it down just a little bit. He was giving me that kind of a look, so I knew it was like, we got to leave right now, or we got to find the bathroom right now. One of the two options needs to happen. So we're going up, we go to the bathroom, and I swear to God, it's like a line to get into a brand new movie that just came out. Like the iPhone 11 just got launched in the men's restroom at Buffalo Wild Wings. No one's going to the urinal, everyone's going to the stall, because that's how Buffalo Wild Wings works. We realize this is not going to work. We got to get out of here. We leave the store. Across the venue, we see a Holiday Inn that's all the way across the way, and we're like, we got to make a run for it. So, I mean, we're knees to chest sprinting across this parking lot because he's got to go, and we're not about to have an accident in the middle of this parking lot. He runs in, and there's a guy behind the counter, and I would describe him as someone who has already made up his mind saying no before we even asked him the fucking question. He already knew he was going to tell us no. We walk in, I'm like, dude, it's a shit emergency. He's got to go now. I mean, right now. And he's like, sorry, the costumes are for the paying customers only. I'm like, okay, all right, that's how it is. So we don't have time to argue with this guy. My friend Alex, literally, we leave the front door, and he's like, it's happening, it's happening. It's full-on wedding, it's full-on bridesmaid style from that movie now. He like just drops trowel and puts his ass in the bushes right by the front door and just fertilizes all their plants for them, gives them a free hedge trimming. Really thankful for Alex for that. Everyone give him a round of applause for Alex. That's nice. That was nice of him. Thank you. I'm sure he's listening at home and he's very happy I told you guys this story. He's a cop now, so he just broke the law doing that. It's great. I'm glad this place here, this has got a nice green room back here, man. They've got a shitter in the green room. You ever been to one of those places? Well, maybe not. But like entertainers, you go to some places sometimes and there's like a green room and they don't have a bathroom in it. And you get in there and you're like, hey man, I got to use the bathroom. And they're like, okay, yeah, it's going to be down the hall, 2 doors to the left, and it's going to be over there. And you're like, with all of them? Like with everyone who's out there? And they're like, yeah, no worries. And I'm like, but I don't want to shit next to the guy in seat 7A. I don't want to do that because you're in the bathroom the whole time. Dude's looking at you. You're washing your hands. He sees the poster. He looks at you, looks at the poster. He looks at you. And it's like, yeah, it's me. I have to shit too. Like even the guy on the poster's got to take a dump every once in a while too, you know? And then you're on stage whole time. Guy's making eye contact with you down at the front. And he's like, yo, that guy reeks up there. Oh my God. He made a bomb threat and it wasn't about an actual explosive. He was about to blow up that bathroom. Dude was disgusting. I feel like I'm aging like a president. You guys know what I mean? Remember when Barack took office? He's like 22 years old. Looks like he just got done with an NBA All-Star game. That dude left office looking like he just got hit by a fucking train. Jesus, he gained like 50 pounds, grayed out like a motherfucker. He had to deal with Osama bin Laden, all that shit. I'm telling you right now, if I was the president, I would organize my own assassination. I totally would. I would hire dudes like the JFK. I would make it a huge deal. I'd make everyone wonder what the fuck happened to me for the rest of your lives, and no one would know, and I would know, right? Every thought that I kept in the back of my head would be exploding out the front of my mouth, just like JFK. Is that too far? Oh, God. Oh, God. On the strip the other day, this lady was walking, and I feel like everyone is way too into their cell phones nowadays, because you're walking in, and the whole time this lady, she has like the sunglasses on, mask on, and you know when people have the mask sunglasses look, it looks like they're about to rob a fucking bank. Like they're right down the road, but it looks like they're about to seriously steal your shit, like the whole time. I'm like, do I gotta have a gun? What's going on? And she's walking, and I'm looking at her, but she doesn't see me, and there's a curb coming up, and I'm like, oh, it's happening. No one talk to me. Shh, it's happening. It's happening. I see her approach the curb, and she fucking kicks both feet and goes straight down onto her face. Both. And she gets up and looks around to see if anyone saw her because she's embarrassed about it. It's like, man, are you okay? What just happened to you? Gets up her phone and goes right back to texting and looking around. I swear to God, if Jesus Christ himself, the second coming of God, came back today, you would all fucking miss it. Everyone would fucking miss it. We're all on our cell phones way too much. Oh, God, I swear to God. Last thing, I was at this astronomy festival, or astronomy is astrology. Astrology is the one where people make up the shit about the stars and the whatever, right? I'm a Gemini and you're an Astro and we should fuck or whatever. And that's not whatever. And we were supposed to be looking at the stars, but we're in the middle of Las Vegas where there's all these fucking lights, so we didn't see anything. And we get there and they're like, don't eat, come, we have food trucks available. What they didn't tell you is there's 2 food trucks available and 5 hours of lines to wait in. So no one got to see any stars, but I did get to eat like this really half-ass hot dog, and I was eating it, and I'm like, it doesn't taste that great. And my girlfriend, she's like, oh, did you lose your taste? I'm like, no, I've always dressed this way. This is how I've always looked. This is just... Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Jake Ryder. Hope you guys have a good time. Thank you.
Wow. You know what? My cheeks hurt, guys. My cheeks hurt. You are definitely an up-and-comer. Oh, yeah. Hey, sorry about the F-bombs, but it is what it is. We are comedians, and they are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wait till you see this guy. I was worried about him.
Yeah, me too. I'm still on Disney Plus. But anyway.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
Good job, Jake. Absolutely. Can we get another round of applause for Jacob Ryder Comedy? Good job.